Hey everyone, Linus here. So you've snapped some photos? Maybe on your phone, maybe with a fancy camera? That's super cool. But sometimes those photos don't quite capture how awesome the moment really was. Perhaps the lighting was a bit off, or an unwanted photobomber snuck into the frame. This is where photo editing comes in, and trust me, it's not some dark art for tech wizards only. It's a fantastic skill that anyone can learn, and it can make your good photos look absolutely incredible. It's like adding a turbocharger to your already cool car. Think of photo editing as giving your pictures a little spa day. They come out refreshed, looking their best and ready to impress. You can fix small mistakes like a slightly tilted horizon, or make bigger changes like making the colors more vibrant and eye-catching. It's a way to truly express your creative vision. What you saw in your mind's eye when you took the shot can be brought to life on the screen. This isn't about faking reality but enhancing it, making sure your photos tell the story you want them to tell, clearly and beautifully. The best part? You don't need to spend a fortune or go back to school to learn photo editing. Many fantastic tools are available for free, and the basics are surprisingly simple to pick up. We're talking about changes that can take just a few minutes but can transform an ordinary snapshot into something you'd be proud to print and hang on your wall, or share online for everyone to admire. It's all about making your memories look as good as they felt. So, if you've ever looked at a photo and thought, I wish this was a bit brighter, or I wish that random sign wasn't in the background, then you're in the right place. Photo editing empowers you to take control of your images. It's a fun and rewarding process. You get to see your pictures evolve and improve right before your eyes. It's incredibly satisfying, and once you start, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. Let's dive into how you can start making your photos pop. Alright, first things first, what gear do you need for this photo editing adventure? Well, you'll definitely need a computer. This could be a desktop PC or a laptop. It doesn't have to be the latest super-powered gaming rig, though those are always nice. Most modern computers, even ones that are a few years old, are more than capable of handling basic photo editing tasks. As long as it can run software smoothly and has a decent screen so you can see what you're doing, you are pretty much good to go. Next up is the most crucial part, the photo editing software. Now, you might have heard of some big, expensive programs, and they are great, but you absolutely do not need to break the bank to get started. There are some amazing free options out there that are incredibly powerful. One of my top recommendations for beginners, and even for pros, is GIMP. That's G-I-M-P, which stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. It's a fantastic open-source tool that has a ton of features, almost everything the pricey software offers, and it's completely free for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Another excellent choice, especially if you don't want to download and install software, or if you're using a Chromebook, is Photopea. You can find it just by searching Photopea online. It runs right in your web browser. It's super convenient and surprisingly robust for a web-based application. It looks and feels a lot like other popular editing software, so it's easy to get the hang of. It's perfect for quick edits or when you're on a computer that isn't your own. These free tools are serious contenders, folks. So, to recap, a computer that works in some free software like GIMP or Photopea, that's your basic toolkit. You'll also want the photos you intend to edit, of course. Get them onto your computer, perhaps in a dedicated folder so they're easy to find. Having a mouse rather than just a laptop trackpad can also make editing a bit more precise and comfortable, but it's not strictly necessary to begin. With these simple tools, you are all set to start transforming your images. Okay team, software is installed, or your browser tab is open. You've got your photo loaded up. What now? Let's start with one of the most common and useful edits, cropping. Cropping is basically cutting away parts of the photo you don't want. Maybe there's too much empty space or something distracting at the edge. Select the crop tool. It usually looks like two right angles forming a square. Then drag a box around the part of the image you want to keep. This helps focus attention on your main subject and can really improve the composition. Next up, let's talk about brightness and contrast. Sometimes photos come out too dark, underexposed, or too light, overexposed. Look for sliders labeled brightness and contrast. Gently move the brightness slider to make the overall picture lighter or darker. The contrast slider adjusts the difference between the light and dark areas. Increasing contrast can make an image look punchier and more defined, but be careful not to go too far, or you'll lose detail in the shadows or highlights. Small adjustments are usually best here. Color correction is another big one. Ever taken a photo indoors and everything looks a bit too yellow? Or maybe a snowy scene looks weirdly blue? That's where color balance tools come in. You might find options like color balance, temperature, or white balance. Adjusting these can make the colors in your photo look more natural and true to life. The goal is usually to make whites look white and skin tones look healthy, not like you've just seen a ghost or stayed out in the sun too long. Finally, let's touch on filters. Filters are preset adjustments that can quickly change the whole look and feel of your photo. You might find filters that make your photo look vintage, black and white, or extra vibrant. These can be a lot of fun to play with and are a super easy way to get a stylized look. Most software will show you a preview. Just be mindful, sometimes a filter can be a bit too much. Often a subtle effect is more powerful than a really strong, obvious one. Experiment and see what you like. Want to make your photos look even better? Here's a simple but super effective tip: the rule of thirds. Imagine your photo is divided into 9 equal squares by 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. Try to place important elements of your photo, like the horizon or your main subject, along these lines or at the points where they intersect. When you're cropping your image, keep this grid in mind. It's a classic composition guide that helps create more balanced and visually appealing images. Most editing software even has an option to show this grid when you're cropping. Don't be afraid to experiment and hit that undo button. Seriously, the undo command, usually Ctrl+Z or CMD+Z, is your best friend when you're learning. Try out different tools, push sliders to the extreme just to see what they do and then undo it. This is how you learn what each function does and how it affects your image. Photo editing is a creative process and there's no single right way to edit every photo. The more you play around, the more comfortable you'll become with the software and its capabilities. Here's a crucial piece of advice: always work on a copy of your photo, never the original file. Before you start editing, save your photo with a new name like beachphoto_edited.jpg or something similar. This way, if you make a mistake you can't easily undo, or if you just don't like your edits later on, you still have your original untouched image safe and sound. Losing an original photo because of an editing mishap is a terrible feeling, so make this a habit from day one. It's like having a safety net for your precious memories. Finally, the most important tip of all is to practice, practice, practice. The more photos you edit, the quicker and more skilled you'll become. Try editing different types of photos: landscapes, portraits, close-ups. Each one might require a different approach. Explore all the menus and tools in your chosen software. Watch tutorials online if you get stuck or want to learn a specific technique. The world of photo editing is vast, but by starting with these basics and committing to practice, you'll be creating stunning images in no time. So go ahead, open up that software and have fun.